In the last chapter of our story, we saw Cordelia, Gonant, Sky, and Lucky Jack arrive in the city of Deriton. They shared a mixture of feelings at the prospect of once again being amongst civilized folk, but nonetheless, they passed through the gates and into the city in search of a mage who could help them. Asking around, it took them very little time to find the name and location of an individual who sounded very promising in his ability, and this was arcanist Carnelian.
How many apostrophes in that, Jack?
None. Spelt just like the stone.
Carnelian.
Carnelian. As they ventured through the streets of this town, he's got a nickname and you don't even know what he looks like. I love it. As they ventured through the streets of this town, they occasionally stopped to double check with the locals if they were headed in the right direction. And they were making good time, especially thanks to the aid of a very helpful turtle who directed them down a shortcut. Unfortunately, this was not a shortcut at all. Instead, a diversion to lead them into a trap. Upon the group descended 4 mercenaries, my oh my, who all had the intention of kidnapping Lucky Jack. The group fought them back and did a very good job of it too. One of the mercenaries forced to inject herself with some mysterious liquid that not only re-energized her, but made her stronger. But even this could not bring down any individual in our group. Sky let loose a torrent of telekinetic attacks that not only slowed down the mercenaries, but dealt them some heavy blows. Cordelia not only displayed her prowess with a bow yet again, but in a surprising moment of magic, she flew up into the air on wings of golden light. Gonant continued to try and master these mysterious abilities that he had begun to discover, and with this he seemed to sap the life out of one of the mercenaries. And Lucky Jack not only managed to use his tinkering skills to deal damage, but he used them to make an escape, trying to lure the mercenaries away from the rest of the group. Unfortunately, these criminals had other plans, for as Lucky Jack became a harder target to obtain, they instead diverted their attention to the other members of the party, seemingly willing to make do with whatever or whoever they could get their hands on. And it was in fact Gonant that they managed to get to first. 2 of the mercenaries placed their hands upon him, lifted their sleeves, and revealed bracelets of spiraling metal inlaid with oval-shaped black and orange opal-like stone. They ran their hands over the runes, and light flooded the space. But thankfully, Gonant was able to resist whatever effect they had activated, and the mercenaries vanished, leaving Gonant behind. The remaining mercenaries fled, and though Sky not only managed to catch up with them, but also telekinetically dragged them back to her, they too managed to activate their bracelets and disappear in a flash of orangish light. City Watch came over and questioned the group, and they were grateful at the information that they gave up, Cordelia even revealing her own bracelet to them, though disappointingly, it still remained inert. The 4 told the City Watch that they were intending to speak to Arcanist Carnelian, and the City Watch encouraged them to do so, saying that they would collect what information he gave them after they had filed their reports. And so, after learning what their unlikely travelling companions can do, the group completed the rest of the walk to Carnelian's tower. And that is where we pick up. Poking his head through the doorway, you are greeted by the face of a young Earth Genasi man. You can see that his entire skin has a beautiful, almost translucent quality to it, and there are multiple layers of warming yellows and oranges that can be seen mixing with each other, occasionally flushed with a dappling of deep red colour. On the top of his head, it looks like small clumps of dark red crystal have grown, flecked with black. And even from just his face, you can see that he is slight, with thin, pointed features. A pair of perfectly square, gold-framed eyeglasses sitting on his short, pointed nose. As he pokes his head through the doorway. Oh, hello. Sorry, do you have an appointment?
No, sorry.
Okay. Usually I work on a sort of an appointment based regime. You'll have to forgive me. I'm sort of in the middle of some work right now. I could probably fit you in at the end of this week, beginning of next week.
Well, it might be a matter of urgency that we talk to you.
I understand. I'm really sorry. But I'm really busy. I'm in the middle of some very important work.
You are arcanist, archivist, carnelian.
Arcanist, Carnelian, Stonefeather. Yes, pleasure. Listen, I sincerely apologize. I'm sure it is urgent, but you really should try and make an appointment. And I as I said, I can probably fit you in at sometime next week.
Well, it might be a little bit of an issue because the City Watch might be here.
Oh, what now? The City Watch should come in here now?
They're hoping that you can help us with something that we've just discovered. You're the person to go to about runes, yes?
Yep, that's That's
Great.
me. Do
Do you know anything about this?
I don't recognize it. I'm sorry.
Well, you see, we've just basically been assaulted by a group of people who were wearing bracelets like this, and they teleported away with them, and they told us to come to you. We were actually coming to you anyway.
Make me a persuasion check.
Come on.
With advantage because it's shiny.
No, but with advantage because you mentioned the City Watch.
Oh, nice.
That's a much better reason.
I was going to see if I could help by looking
Hey,
menacing.
sometimes shiny works.
No.
Fuck. 14.
Your inspiration.
You have, if you want to use inspiration, you can do so.
What would I then take? The highest?
The highest.
Fuck it.
This can be it.
Come on, big
It's
star.
gonna be everything
big
you
star,
dreamed of
big
and more.
Star, big star.
Everything you dreamed of and more.
Okay.
See?
That's a success.
18.
Ah, see?
Hell
18.
Yeah.
When did you say the City Watch were coming? Sorry?
Well, I don't know. I assume within the day.
Crap. Okay. Okay. Cool. Okay. Yeah.
Sorry.
No. Totally fine. Wait for me here. I just need to tidy up the place a bit. I really wasn't expecting visitors. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. And just slams the door.
I don't think he's coming back.
Yeah.
He closes the door and I
I'm
turn
like,
to
is he
Cordelia
running?
and I'm like, this is the guy. Seriously?
Well, I don't know. Apparently.
Listen, if you need me to threaten him or whatever,
I don't need to threaten him.
he's a scrawny little nerd.
What are you going to use your screwdriver?
Excuse me.
My tools are very precise, okay?
Look, I think we just give him a moment to clean up, I guess, and then...
So he's just gonna leave us out here in the dark, in the dirt? It's kind of fucking rude if you ask me. I was just looking up at this
Yeah.
tower. Does it seem like well put together?
Yeah. Very well put
Yeah.
together. It's not in disrepair. It's lovely. You can see all of the stone is very well cut and very well masoned together. All of the windows look in very good states of condition. You can just about see this like pointed conical roof at the top. There are no shingles missing or anything like that. It looks to be a very lovely place.
Because I think as Carnelian was talking to Cordelia, I think Lucky Jack's hopes have plummeted and come a very long way. And he's not in the best mood.
Well, Gonant's been standing at the back in that first meeting, trying to be as still as possible. But like when you have been holding your breath until your lungs are screaming, and you suddenly burst, and your breathing is ragged, he's been holding himself still. As soon as the door shuts, he bursts with movement. He starts pacing back and forth. There's a real kind of frantic energy to him, and he's kind of glancing around until he sees Lucky Jack looking up, and he stares at Lucky Jack for half a second, and then he looks up too. He's trying to spot an open window.
No open windows. There are windows that you can see on the... you can see that there are windows on the second story, on the side that you are on. You might be able to find other windows a little bit lower down around the tower. You don't know if they're locked, but they are closed.
So I think he holds Lucky Jack's gaze, sees Lucky Jack looking up, follows the gaze, looks at the windows, hesitates for a second, and then whistles for the bird. The windows. Tell me what you see.
Flies up and around the tower once, and then lands on that second story, one of the two second-story windows that you can see from this side, and turns there. Please remind me, I'm so sorry, I can never remember. It's the left side that is slightly more emaciated, isn't it?
Yeah.
Turns that left side and and looks in. In this...
Just a quick over the top line.
What are you trying to get the bird to do?
So he is aiming for the bird to land on a windowsill or look in, and then he's going to try and kind of steel himself and do what he's been practicing to be able to do consciously. Okay. Normally he does it when he's looking at the bird or when he's near the bird, so he's not sure he can do it, but he kind of stands, sways, steadies himself, and then takes one really shuddery breath in, and then a calm breath out, and then tries to kind of and click.
Incredible. I would like you to make me a spellcraft check.
Yes, please.
No, I'm so sorry. This wouldn't be a spellcraft check. I want you to make me a spellcasting check.
Spellcasting check.
Yeah, so this...
Ben got me
this would be...
lovely birdie dice.
Oh, that's
birdie,
pretty.
They were the dice I used for Kevin, so...
No, oh, that's so cute.
Birds unite, man. Birds unite.
Come on, Kevin.
I love that. That's
just like to make everything
great.
about me.
No,
it's
it's all about Kevin.
Yeah,
Come
everything,
on,
sorry,
the
everything
real
about Kevin.
MVP, man.
Absolutely fucking right. I love that.
So that would be my...
spellcasting modifier, and I want you to add proficiency to this. This is not a spellcraft check. You're not trying to modify something that you already do. This is you trying to attempt to do something.
Okay. So modifier, no proficiency.
With proficiency.
Modifier
because,
proficiency.
Sorry.
Yeah, okay, I see.
For those of you at home, we've made a little edit to spellcraft checks. Spellcraft checks are now not with proficiency unless you are a sorcerer.
Which I am. No, I'm joking.
Things really are all about that.
So glad we made that choice.
Jack, can I multiclass into sorcerer? Right.
Yeah, absolutely. Sure thing. Unfortunately, this is 5e, so you don't get the added skills. Piss!
Never mind.
Look at that brilliant
continue.
mic technique, though.
I know.
Shouting piss into the ether.
We can only hope.
Are we ready?
Please go.
Are we
Yes.
ready? Okay,
Yes.
so this will be a +7 to whatever this is. It's a 15, so 22.
15 for 22.
Woo! Come on.
So,
Bird.
forgive me.
By all means.
You won't see anything because he's got feathers.
Can I ask before you dive into your wonderful flavour?
Of course.
You're doing lots of stuff.
You're
Is
doing
as physical as Pete is being, is that as physical as Gonyan's being?
100%.
So
Yeah.
we're noticing the breath.
Yes,
and all-
absolutely.
It's not like you're trying to hide it necessarily.
So there was the kind of raggedy after fight kind of mess. He's still got his, like brushed off some of the sick as they got close, but he's transitioned into still an out of breath energy. But whereas one of them was out of breath based on the exertion of what happened in the fight, this is out of breath that
It's to do with something else.
is to do with something else. Yeah,
I ain't got high enough insight for that.
Incredible. No, thank you very much for that.
unable to hide it, and
Just seeing their physical reaction.
Yes.
What happens to Gonant in this moment?
His eyes kind of flutter and flicker, and for a second there's a strobe effect of jumping into one, jumping back, jumping into one, jumping back for maybe 0.2 of a second as he kind of, and then cuts into the bird.
And you are now looking into Cornelian's living space. And what you can see from this second story window is a very large room that spans almost the entire diameter of the tower. The far side of the room, however, is cut off slightly, and there are 2 doors set into the wall. This space looks to be some form of library or knowledge reliquary. There are bookcases around most of the walls. There are sort of side tables. There is an armchair, all with like stacks of notes in different places. It looks very cluttered, but not disorganized. It looks very like a very, very busy space, but it's all neat and tidy, as it were. You look to the sort of right side of the room, and you just sort of see, more of these bookcases. You see a set of stairs that curl up to a second floor, and your gaze traces along along that back wall. You see one door that is closed. You see the other door is open, and just make me a perception check, actually, please.
Come on, birdie. Mine or the birds?
This would be the birds.
Yeah, okay. Which I should know.
I will. You're looking into this room. Make this with advantage. This isn't something that you would easily miss, but
I don't know vultures stats. That's ridiculous. I should know that. I'm really sorry.
no, don't worry. We'll get there.
One of them's a 1, one of them's an 11. I reckon it's probably a +2
Yeah.
for a vulture, so
Yeah,
13.
13 is absolutely fine.
Is it, yeah?
As you look across the room, you just hear a, and you just see a pair of feet being pulled behind this open door. There's a crack in the second door to the left, and you just see a pair of feet just move from behind. A moment passes by, and then the door opens. Cornelian exits and closes the door behind him. Okay, cool. Totally fine. We're fine. Turns around and...
Oh no.
Murder.
Murder.
Judith.
turns around and just looks at the floor.
Yes.
Just
great,
looks at the floor. And you can see that there is a clear nervous energy, and he comes back to the stairs that is on directly your immediate left and descends to the first floor, disappears outside.
Okay, I will say when the bird sees the books, there's a kind of little excitement, and these guys will hear Gonant go, books. And then when he sees the legs going across, he goes, body. And then when he sees the guy leave, he tries to pull out, and he goes, shit, he's coming back. He's fucking, get me out. And he's trying to bring himself back.
I want you to make me another spell casting check, please.
Can Sky just go, get out?
I'm going to ask you, with that interaction, does that help, hinder, or nothing? I don't know what
So
that
I
will
won't
do.
hear, will
No.
I? But I'll get the
You will
feeling.
feel.
I think it helps because it's bringing a sensation back to this body, but I also think it doesn't help because he's in his mind trying to concentrate. So it's the duality of like, this is almost a tether. This is a reminder of where you're going.
Yep.
But it's also interrupting the work you're trying to do.
I am going to give you advantage then because it is trying to pull you back to your body. I will give you advantage on that.
Well, that's our first birdie.
Yay!
So that'll bring him back. That's
But
27.
yes, there is that moment before Sky touches you where you are trying to concentrate and you can't seem to shift, and a little bit of panic starts setting in as you realize you're in a place within you that you don't still understand, you can't fully control, and then you just get that sensation. And it's a very odd sensation. It's out of body. It's not on your wing. It's on your shoulder. And all of a sudden, that tether suddenly connects with you. And you follow that back. And you are now back in Gonant's body. The door has not even opened yet.
I think he takes a half step back because it's the sensation of trying to pull backwards. So he kind of stumbles back a bit and goes...
You hear that as the vulture sort of like overbalances and does the same thing up on the ledge and catches themselves.
The fuck's going on with you?
This man's hiding something.
What?
This man is hiding something.
How do you know? What? How do you know?
I saw. Be careful.
Should we be worried?
I'm always worried.
Should we kill him? What? I'm just throwing out options.
See what he has to say, but don't trust him.
All right.
All right.
Still don't fully understand how you did that. But,
Neither do I.
plenty of strange things happening, eh? So, moving on.
You... You see the door open once again, but whereas before Carnelian just poked his head out, this time he opens the door wide and stands before you all for a moment. He doesn't really look at any of you. You can see very clearly that he's just staring at the floor slightly. That moment lasts for a fraction of a second before he then does in fact step to the side. Okay, thank you for your patience. Please come in.
Given what Gonant's just told
Yes.
us, I don't have great insight, but can I insight check?
By all means, make an insight check.
I'm going to use my inspiration to give myself that. No.
Roll it and then
Roll
yeah.
it. I keep forgetting.
No, you're all good. You're all good.
Yeah, I'll use my inspiration.
Fair.
Yeah.
Natural 20! Oh, come on!
That's what inspiration's for.
Yeah,
I read his mind.
You can clearly
Yours was
see
as
that
well.
Carnelian is just taking a moment, and you with a natural 20, you guess that he's thinking whether or not to let you in.
Uh-huh.
There's clearly a division within him, a struggle, before he eventually relents and sort of resigns himself to the fact that he is going to let you in.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just going to keep my wits about
Yeah,
me.
absolutely. You step inside the tower, and as soon as you do, he moves. Go on. Were you going to do something?
I'm just going to say, I would probably go in last. I don't know who would go in second
Cordelia
last.
goes in
Let's-
first.
Perfect.
First.
March in order. Cordelia.
I'm not Carnelian.
Already, I've made a noose for myself, haven't I?
Yeah.
Cordelia.
Yes, I am Cornelian. Here are all of the answers you require.
I can answer my own questions.
Third time's a charm. Cordelia's first. We got there.
Uh-huh.
Who is next?
I'll go next.
Sky.
I think Sky would go in last,
Yeah.
but I think part of that, she probably doesn't even expect that no one else is there.
Yeah.
So I think you will just see a bit of hesitation, but like very tunnel vision hesitation. Maybe like a couple of going to walkaways, but then like sticking, then go to walkaways, then sticking. You'll see like a fist go to clench, but unclench. Kind of just like a straightening of the hood, and then
As you
walk.
take that half step, he's been standing. The bird thing kind of like was interesting, but trepidation trepidation inspiring, but has kind of lost him out of that rhythm. And then the door opening and seeing people go in has begun to build that gagung, the ringing in the ears. And as he sees you go, he just reaches out and grabs your wrist. And you feel a real strong ringing in your ears. It's almost a whine. And then he lets go of your hand.
Fuck, Jesus. There's no Jesus here.
Thank you, God.
Sky.
What? Ow. I'm going to touch him again.
Yeah. What happens when Sky touches you?
You feel the same ringing. It builds.
She's going to keep holding it.
Builds. Builds. And then it's almost on the edge of like a static electricity shock that makes you pull your hand away. Sky.
Sorry, yes. What?
Please don't leave without me.
Okay. All right. Sure. Fine. Just don't be unconscious, because I'm not very strong, so I'm not going to be able to, like, drag your ass out of here. But back to you? I don't know what you're doing because there's feathers. I won't leave without you.
His shoulders soften a little bit. Okay. And then they firm up, but he stands taller, as if he's really steeling himself.
Yeah, own that power.
And then walks in.
Guess I'm not leaving without him. All right.
Inspiration. As you walk in after Gonant, you take a step up the stairs. You hear the door automatically behind you. You two, shortly followed by you two, follow Carnelian up to the first floor, and you can see the space is what looks to be like a kitchenette area. There are like hanging herbs. There's almost an apothecary type shelving unit under the stairs opposite that lead up to the second floor, filled with like jars and ingredients and things like that. You can see that there's a fireplace off to one side, and clearly a space where food is made and prepared. And this space spans the entire diameter of the tower. But Carnelian does not stop. He brings you up to the second floor. And as I've described before, you see this very large sort of like library type area, split slightly off to one side, two doors set across from you. You see bookshelves, scrolls, pieces of paper. Carnelian goes over to the armchair where there is a small pile of papers sat on the seat, and lifts it up and goes to move it and sort of looks to one area and then another, and for whatever reason every other available pile seems to be unsatisfactory to lay this bit down, and eventually he resigns himself to placing them down somewhere very, very neatly on top of another stack, and then he offers the seat to someone. As I said, I was not expecting a consultation, so I'm afraid I haven't made room for so many guests, so apologies about the mess.
No,
But,
this is lovely.
yeah, what can I do? Should we wait for your friend? No, there. Hi, come in.
Sorry, I'm Cordelia Sunfire.
Cordelia, it's
Yes.
very nice to meet you, Cordelia.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah,
Jack. Lucky Jack.
Lucky Jack.
Lucky Jack's head is on a swivel because he's actually quite intrigued by all the books and whatnot. So I think he's just kind of wandering along the bookshelf, having a look at all the spines of the books. See what
Yeah, please don't touch anything though. They're
I'm
all
not gonna touch
No, that's
anything,
fine.
I'm just
Okay,
curious.
they've got their place. Thank you. Lucky Jack, Cordelia.
Yes.
Hello.
I'm unlucky Cordelia.
Unlucky Cordelia. That's our coincidence. Okay.
2 seconds of silence until Gonant realizes that your man's waiting for him. His hooded, you can't see where he's looking, but you see that the hood is facing towards the door where the body was behind.
Are you trying to hide your direction of focus?
Not really. He was,
No.
It would be like somebody looking around and then going, "That's cool,"
Cool.
and then coming back. So
Perfect.
yeah, just your man catches him.
That's-
Carnelian catches him hovering on the door
Yeah.
for a second and then turns back. Gonant.
Gonant. Okay. Well, it's a pleasure to meet you all. As I said before, my name is Arcanist Cornelian Stonefeather. I am a surveyor of runes and ancient languages. And how can I help you today?
Yes, well, as I said before, we were coming to find you. We had a recommendation from Jack's colleague.
Acquaintance.
Yes.
Oh, what's their name?
Donato.
Do I know this person?
No, probably not.
Okay.
He's just aware that there are mages in this city that might be able to answer our questions. We're from Koshkat and we're not really. He's not looking
Yeah.
at Carnelia. He's like
Sort of
kind of taking in his face.
absent-minded.
Yeah. They might be able to answer her questions. Really, it's not.
Oh, okay.
Really
Well,
about me.
let's get to it. What questions did you have?
Well, and she'll take the bracelet off. We were just wondering if you could help us with these and also another rune of the same origin.
Okay. Do you have the other rune in question?
At that, Jack's gonna like pat his pockets for the piece of paper when he copied Gonant's rune onto and just like hand it dismissively.
Thank you. Okay.
Gonant's fist is squeezed like
Yeah.
tight.
Perfect. Sort of looks at the paper.
It says, "Welcome to Lucky Jack's Tinkering."
Does it? Were you joking?
No,
then?
no,
Oh,
I'm kidding,
that
I'm kidding.
was. I was about to. That's fantastic.
Should learn it.
Then starts looking at the bracelet. Okay. Okay. Well. So, I will be able to help you. I definitely will. It's probably going to take me some time to start looking at these. And I don't know how long it's going to take me. I will probably have answers for you in a couple of days. So I mean, it'd probably be best if you, if you'd be willing, I can, you can leave this with me, and then I can sort of study and go about working on this and find some answers. What exactly are you looking for?
Any sort of answers about what magic might be.
Off to the door, behind, off to the right, sorry, behind the door that you saw, you just hear the clunk of something as it just shifts and
Do we all hear that?
you are focused on that door, so I'll say you do. Anyone else? Anyone else tell me if your focus would be on that room enough, because I know you're now looking at the books, that you would hear that.
I think Lucky Jack in particular is not paying attention to Carnelian because this isn't his thing.
Yeah.
So he has been wandering slowly just around the circumference of the room.
Yeah.
So I think I would be paying attention to everything but him.
Cool. Totally fine.
Yeah.
I'll say that you probably don't notice that then, as you're more focused on the room.
Okay.
Sky, Cordelia.
Sky's probably just like thinking about
Perfect. Not a problem with
the texture of a cool piece of yarn.
him. Incredible. Cordelia.
I think Cordelia's on edge enough that she would be paying attention to her surroundings.
Cool. You do then also hear this. I will say that in addition to that, you two make me an insight check.
-1. For the purposes of Carnelian as well, Gonant's head whips to the door
To the door,
from where the noise came from.
then do not make me an insight check.
Absolutely.
If you are looking at the door, do not make me an insight check. You are conversing with Carnelian. What was your insight check?
11.
11. You can see that Carnelian clearly hears the noise, but tries not to react to it,
Okay.
but does not do a very good job.
Okay. What was I saying?
I'm so sorry.
That's all right.
He
hoping-
had just asked you
Yes.
what you hope to achieve with the rooms.
To know what kind of magic might be linked to it.
Okay. Well, I think that's possible. I think I could probably get that to you. It'll take me a little bit of time, as I said, to translate the runes.
Are
but-
you in danger?
Are you threatening me?
No. I'm just checking that you're all right.
I'm fine. Make me an insight check.
Yeah.
Can I insight check Cordelia?
Yeah,
Just because
absolutely.
he said, "Are you threatening me?" I think that word brought Sky back, so she's gonna be like, "Oh, is she threatening her?" I'm not been listening.
Absolutely.
We're gonna get a
check for
show?
Cordelia.
Oh yeah, that's great. 22.
Oh, she
come
wasn't
on.
lying.
I thought I was.
I rolled a 19.
Let's go.
This guy's
On a
so
20
sarcastic, you can't tell when she's on and when she's off, right?
On a 22.
Yeah.
What does Sky sort of?
It was a 19.
I'm not. She's not threatening him. She's not threatening
Yeah.
him, but she's purposefully putting him on the spot.
I think when it's like, if it's like you kind of download it in waves of stuff. It's like she's not threatening him. This guy's like, oh, damn it. And then she's like, but she's perfectly put in the spot. She's like, oh, okay, that's cool.
I got a 14 on insight.
You don't know whether to believe him or not.
Okay.
You can still see this odd energy about him, but your question doesn't give you an answer either way. You don't know.
All right.
What? Why do you ask? Is this to do with the people that attacked you?
No, you just seem a little on edge. Is all. Just checking.
My apologies. I don't mean to seem unprofessional. You've just caught me off guard, and so I'm just. But it's perfectly fine. Do not worry.
As he's kind of still chatting to Cordelia, Lucky Jack's, whilst rolling a cigarette, is going to kind of sidle on over to Gonant and doing that thing where he turns his face away from Carnelian, so he's speaking away, so Carnelian can't really hear him. That's the intention. What do you think about this guy? Seems a little on edge, right?
You will just see, like, as my face imperceptibly moves towards you, you see a half smile creep onto Gonyan's face, and as he steps forward to stand next to Cordelia, gives you an ever so slight nudge with his shoulder, and then he goes, "This is a big tower. There's no body else here."
No, it's just me.
Of course.
Make me an insight check.
I love it.
This is going to be so bad.
You watch, she's going to be a lot.
It's a 19! -1 for 18.
Thanks for trying.
He is affected by every misstep that you put his way. Every single one of these sentences you can see is visibly shaking him. No, I mean, there's just me and my my cat, and points towards the study. But nobody else. I locked it in my study to keep it out of the way. One of the reasons why I insist on scheduled meetings. Speaking of which, as I said,
should bring her out.
no,
They love cats.
no, he's
Do I love cats?
he's not really a people person.
Oh, but what kind of cat? I'm not a people person either.
It's an orange one. It's he's
Is it orange with like the stripes, or is it the orange with the dots? I think it's the wealthy people have the one with the dots.
I
it's
told
the,
you they love cats.
It's the stripes. It's the stripes.
I think Lucky Jack, leaning against like a windowsill, perhaps, finishes rolling the cigarette, pops it in his mouth, and lights it.
As you can see, Gonant's bird is on the other side of the window that you are leaning.
Ignoring that.
Yeah.
All right, I'll be that guy.
Oh, can you please not smoke in here? I have some very valuable text. Please, can you put that out? Please, can you put that out? The smoke will damage the papers. Please do not do that.
Why? What's going to happen if I don't?
Make me an intimidation check.
That's cacked.
It's cacked.
That's not good. 8. Yet.
Do not worry. This man is on the back foot. I'm not going to do anything to you, but I could. Please. I have a lot of valuable.
All right, Cornelia, I'll make a deal with you. I'm a legitimate businessman, so I respect the hustle, okay? What the fuck's going on here? Why are you so on edge? And what ain't you telling us?
Listen, you caught me in the middle of some very important work. I schedule all my meetings, and the pressure of the City Watch coming means that I'm just sort of out of the routine.
We need your help, spellcaster. And unless you want us to let the cat out of the bag,
Listen. I am so happy to help you. I am ready and willing to help you. Okay. It's going to take me some time. As he pleads with you, you hear another noise from the study. A different one than from the first, though they are similar. Another of something colliding. And then you hear a muffled voice start speaking from behind the door.
Your cat can talk.
All of a sudden, the voice is cut off. You say that. Cornelian has just frozen and is trying not to look at the door. The door handle moves and the door swings open. Master Cornelian, my apologies. I seem to have... But seeing you all, the voice cuts off. Standing in the doorway, its hand on the door handle is a medium-sized humanoid figure comprised entirely of what looks to be metal. And that's why we're going to take our break.
Oh, Jackie, no.
that fucking feeling, man, that's incredible. That's so good. That's it. Well,
You little bastard.
we'll find
Whoa.
out. I was like, this guy's not going to be able to kill someone.
This guy's not got it in
else
to
has
do
he
anything
got?
harmful.
What else has he got in here?
Turns out
That's
it's a hag.
Robot man.
Yeah, we'll see what on earth this is in just a couple of minutes. Join us again after the break.
Incredible.
And welcome back.
And welcome, Jack.
And welcome, suspicious man with a robot in his closet.
Absolutely right.
Welcome, Gutron.
That's what the robot just did. Good job.
You all stand there as this metal-looking humanoid stands in the doorway of the room off to the right, and there's just this heavy moment of silence.
Lucky Jack's cigarette falls out of his mouth.
Oh, didn't realize that you were in there. Don't mind this, everyone. This is just my automaton servant. Thank you for looking out for the cat. The automaton does not speak for a moment, and then you are welcome.
I look down. Is it the same pair of legs?
Make me a perception check at advantage.
At advantage?
Yeah.
Yeah, you saw them.
Yeah,
legs.
You saw them legs.
You saw
you
them.
get them legs.
You peep them
know.
legs.
That's a 4 and a 10. Perception.
-1.
So 9.
9.
You would.
You're unsure. You didn't see. You saw the feet moving, but you didn't catch a lot of detail. You don't know.
That's fine. Thank you.
Holy hells. And Jack's just laser focused on this thing.
Yeah.
It talks. It talks like a like a humanoid.
Yep. It's a very sophisticated Ton. It's very good at
But it's-
helping me with my work. Yeah.
It's a serviton?
Yeah. Of some description.
Okay. This might be a little forward, but can I have a look?
I'd prefer you didn't. It's very, very expensive, and has things to do. It needs to go upstairs now. So
No.
Inside
wait.
checks.
Oh, sorry, go on.
no.
No,
Carry,
keep it.
whilst
be like-
they're doing that, carry on.
No. Wait, please. I mean, look. I'm sorry. I came in both guns blazing. I thought you were like dangerous or whatever. But I'm so fascinated. I'm a tinkerer of sorts and an inventor, and I never seen nothing like this. So please let me have a look. Please.
I'm really sorry, but it's my personal property, and I'm very protective over it. It's cost me a lot of money because it is such a sophisticated build. So I'm afraid it needs to go upstairs now. Inside checks.
15.
2. You don't know the difference between different types of automaton. You've no idea what's going on or why this person is so nervous about this. He's lying.
About.
What he's saying to Lucky Jack.
Okay.
He's lying. You don't know much about
I know
robots,
nothing.
but you know when someone's lying.
Should just look at Gonant and try and communicate that with her eyes. I can see your eyes.
Do I?
If you're close to me, are you close to me? You
Yeah.
stood with me.
I walked up to stand next to you.
She
yeah.
would just be like, he's lying.
I have a book that Zenatu gave me.
This is to me, DM.
To
So sorry.
you, DM.
Hello.
Sorry, DM.
No, you're quite all right.
Derry to DM.
Yeah.
I have a book
Mhm.
on attritions.
Yep.
That Zenatu gave me.
Okay.
Does anything about this humanoid serviton remind me
Make
of that?
me an Arcana check at advantage.
So where is the robot boy now?
So, still stood in the doorway.
All right.
That's a 23, please, Jack. And a natural 1.
You can clearly see that this is not just an automaton. For one, the metal is not the standard brass or gold that is seen on most automata plating. There is a deep foresty green to it, framed with like a dull goldish colour, and there are dull flecks of gold within, and that comprises most of the outer plating. You have also looked at automata before, and even the one in the tin copper that looked fairly humanoid, you could see through its body, you could see the cogs, the mechanisms, the inner workings. You can see on this thing, whatever this is, there's a lot more dense. There's a lot more intricacy within. You can't see through it in the very small amount of places where there are gaps between the plating. You can also see that there is a faceplate that does look fairly similar to more common automaton plating. It's got a sort of like brassy quality to it, a light brassy quality to it, but there is a cleft in the plating in the head, and you can see that there is a little bit of blue light shining out of that. This is not an automata. And what was your roll, sorry?
23.
You would put a very good guess that this is a living, breathing Atretushan.
As that clicks into place, Lucky Jack, he doesn't like carnelian. He's decided from the get-go that he doesn't like carnelian. And he's just said please, which is not a word he uses very often, and was rebuffed. And all of those things are kind of adding up. Carnelian's very nervous. He's just declined to let another scholar study his work, etc. And a really nasty thought crosses Lucky Jack's mind. And he turns to Carnelian. That ain't no Serviton, is it, Carnelian?
No, it definitely is.
You're a fucking liar. That's an Atretushan, isn't it? You know, I know, that those are highly illegal. You've been doing some dangerous work, huh, buddy?
No, I know.
Don't lie to me. I know. Now, don't get me wrong. I ain't gonna say nothing to nobody. If you let me just take a quick look, that's all I want.
Lucky Jack, roll me an intimidation check.
It's not great. It's only a 7.
7. Gonant, roll me an intimidation check.
I was going to say, as soon as Cordelia whispered to me he's lying, I was just slowly walking towards Carnelian. I'll stop 2 feet away.
Yeah.
My father worked on tons all his life. All his life. He was a very proud man. And he left a maker's mark, everything he did. So if my friend over there doesn't find a maker's mark, then that's not a ton, is it?
Make me an intimidation check.
17 plus 2 is 19.
Cordelia,
Hello.
make me an intimidation check.
Oh. She's like, what's happening?
I'm really sorry for all my friends.
Yeah. Why are we doing this? Oh. Okay. She's not actively trying to be intimidating, but
No, I know.
14.
14. Sky, roll me an intimidation check.
I think as people are saying that he's lying, that's the first time she's picking up on. Oh, okay, great. I don't even know how she would be.
For clarification, this might not be anything that you are actively doing. This is to gauge the imposition of the group as a whole now, and it was led by Lucky Jack and backed up by Gonant, but you two being here has an effect.
Okay.
So do not worry if you're not...
1.
Natural 1 for a total of...
8.
8. Fantastic, thank you.
That makes sense.
7, 8,
19.
19, and 14. Lucky Jack, you give this rhetoric, and all of a sudden, Carnelian feels this presence and looks up to just this looming darkness of you, Gonant. And you say, your father worked on these. And he flicks back to you. And then back to you. And then to Cordelia and Sky. Please. Please. Please.
Look.
Please don't tell anyone anything about this. And I'll do whatever you want. I will help you however I can. Okay? Free of charge. For life. Please. Please.
All right.
You have to promise me that you won't say anything about him.
Can I ask why?
The traditions, originally built as war machines, essentially, are extremely illegal in Quatan and Nadal due to their blood-soaked history. Isn't that right?
Actually, the existence of the traditions are illegal across the face of Ilthansia.
At least you're honest.
Whoa. Okay. All right. Listen. He turns to Carnelian again. Here's what's going to happen. You're going to help my friend with those runes, and you're going to do it as fast as is humanly possible. All right? We're in the city for the next couple of days, right? Whenever I want to come around and have a look at that thing, you let me. You got it? And we will say nothing. Right, guys?
We know nothing.
We know nothing. We ain't got to be enemies here.
Can you ask him to look at him first, please?
Oh, Gonant?
No. Can you please ask Zidat permission to look at him?
Oh, it has a name?
He has a name.
Of course. I mean, I'd studied these things. I ain't never seen one, so my apologies. I didn't realize there was a protocol.
No, it's fine.
Zidat?
So sorry.
Zidat.
All right. And I'll turn to the Etruscan.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say?
Can I insight check
Go.
that chain?
I
Go.
also want
Insight
that
check.
as well.
Insight check. Absolutely. Anyone who wants to.
I won't get any.
No.
There's
Anyone
such
who
a-
wants to.
There's such an honest flip there.
Oh my
Well, that's a 17.
17.
Yeah.
14. Again. Wow. Oh.
You 8.
It's okay, buddy.
There is a lot of emotion mixed up all at once there. There is a paralyzing fear that you have evidently seen, but as it goes deeper, there is a care and a love and a want to fight for this person across from Carnelian. You're not sure what the nature of their relationship is, but Carnelian was willing to risk asking for something in a moment where he was completely at your mercy. This must be very important to him.
Oh God. We've come in so hot and we're so like, oh my God. Yes, there's a complete fucking flip in Gonyan. The shoulders that were up soften. His breathing, everything about him was a kind of assertive, antagonistic rhythm, and that softens. He's taken. He almost steps back. He won't say anything, but he's really shocked that he
No, perfect.
was
Thank
hit
you.
with that.
Thank you.
Jack, you're going to be careful.
Of course, I'm always careful. You know me.
Right.
I got the magic touch. What was the name again? Zidat.
Zidat.
Zidat. I'll turn to the etruscan. Sorry, I'm a little starstruck. Zidat, right?
That is my name.
Wow, incredible. You're I'm Lucky Jack. Jack.
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Lucky Jack.
Okay. And it's equivalent to, meeting a celebrity, like an A-lister for Lucky Jack, and he's like, "Wow, you're and he kind of almost, may I?
Of course, I'd be happy to help you.
Thank you.
Behind you, you hear Cornelian whisper, "Thank you."
And he's just gonna kind of just run his fingers over the.
There's a slight filigree to the metal plating. It's not very raised, but there is a slight patterning to the metal here. Make me an Arcana check.
Okay.
Are you looking at Cornelian
Yes.
or Zidat? Then that's fine.
25% Zidat.
Make me a history check at disadvantage.
Arcana. Ooh, that's not great.
It's a 4 and a
11.
4 and a 1. 11.
11.
Thank you. You don't recognize the material, but it's some form
Sorry.
of metal.
It's
Sorry, go on.
6, I got a +5. So 6 total.
6 total.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, your attention is too on Cornelian.
Can I? Is any runes? Any?
Not on the surface.
No. And it just looks like what? Like
You
human
can
skin,
see
but maybe-
that. You can see that mirroring musculature, the plating protects most of the arms, but there are small gaps between the platings within which you look in. And certainly on the arm, you look in and you can see that there is a mass of metal. There is some collections of what looks to be very fine tubing of a material you've never seen before, and each one of these tubes is sort of like enclosed in like wrapping interlocking metal framework. It's very thin. It looks like some form of protection for the tubing, and these sort of like run down, but you then get to the hand and it looks sort of more akin to very sophisticated automata work. Yeah, it's already fascinating.
He's fascinated and yet horrified at the same time, and he's just muttering to himself like, the intricacy, the craftsmanship. How the fuck am I gonna?
Okay, can you sorry, just can you give him a second? You can look at him again if he wants, but can you just sorry.
Sure. Yeah. And I'll drop the hand. And then a spark kind of, a thought occurs to Lucky Jack, and he turns to the Etruscan once more and goes, what's your primary objective?
Please bear with me one moment. It's just under the primary objective file.
I love it when you stump the DM.
My primary objective when I was first created was changed. I do not know what it was, but I do know what I became. The addition of the Calvire plating upon my person is indicative of arcanic resistant frontline troopers that were used against Cortana Nadal in the Continental War.
Wow. Can you tell me how old you are?
You would know.
Sorry, Jack. I'm being really
No.
mean.
You're all good. You would know that the Continental War ended in the year 3982. So this being is almost 2,000 years old at minimum.
Kind of retconning that then, because he would know that anyway. You're almost 2,000 years old. Bare minimum.
I'm unsure of specifically how old I am, but the Age of Wounds and Rust started in the year 3982, and that was the signifier for the end of the Continental War.
The Age of Wounds and Rust. Does that make any sense to me?
Yeah, you will know of the Age of Wounds and Rust. It's the fourth age of peace in the history of Ilthansia. It follows the Continental War, which was one of the cataclysms.
Okay. Holy hells. I'm so sorry. I have completely derailed our original objective here. Carnelian.
Yeah.
Where did you find this? Him. Where did you find him?
Found him up north on an expedition. I was headed out for research for the Core Star. And I happened upon Zidat. I was not called Zidat at the time. No. Zidat's the name that he chose for himself. I happened upon Zidat and I accidentally reactivated him when I was investigating. And
How?
I don't know.
So you don't know how he works, or
No, I don't know.
can I insight check the way that Carnelian's talking about?
Yeah,
him?
absolutely. Give me an insight check at advantage.
Ooh, okay. Good, because I have +0. 6 and a 4. 6.
6. On a 6, you'll continue to study the way he's speaking. You won't get anything just now.
So north? Where specifically?
Not quite past the Lumberstack forests, but sort of near there.
Near the... What was it? Forest?
Lumberstack.
Lumberstack.
Sort of between those and the Sky Sheer Mountains. To be honest, I can't quite remember. I can get that information if it's important, but I found him, and
That will be incredibly important to me. Look, I kind of feel bad. You clearly have a great reverence for this kind of arcanic technology.
I'm sorry. I hope you can understand why I had to hide him away.
Yeah. Do I know the consequences for quote unquote owning or operating?
You don't know the
such-
consequences. You know it's not good.
Yeah.
This is an outlawed technology. Cortana Nadal was a forerunner for artificing, and Cortana Nadal was the country of origin. It was the birthplace of the Atreticians. Unfortunately, that led to a war that rocked every continent on the face of Ilthansia. After that, Atreticians were outlawed because of their effectiveness within war. And the craft of artificing, as you might know, has since become illegal in some places. And it's only really within Cortana Nadal where it is openly still encouraged. To have something like this is akin to going around to someone's house and finding out that they've got a very low-level nuke.
Oh. Wow.
That's the sort of severity.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So not good then. Okay. I think, yeah. Not in that case, doesn't know what to do with all this information at the moment. And is just going to maybe just study with his eyes.
Yeah.
The Zidat.
Yeah. And Zidat has stepped into the room slightly.
Incredible. And he's just muttering to himself. Incredible.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I think
I'm
we're,
sorry.
We're all just a little on edge from.
No, that's fine. You were
What's
attacked
just
today,
happened?
and that's got to be awful. I'm sorry. I can help. I can help you.
And if you want, we can meet people from the City Watch somewhere else, so they don't have to come here, or we can.
No, it's okay. They can come here if you change. That might lead them to be more suspicious. I'll handle the City Watch. We've gotten pretty good at that. Here, give me the bracelet.
Do you still work for the Core Star?
No. The moment I found Zidat, I quit. I left that life behind, and I moved here.
Inside check.
Yeah.
Can you use my inspiration?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, for 22.
Emphatically telling the truth.
Do you need the bracelet, or could I just leave you with the runes?
It'll take me a couple of hours. You're welcome to stick around.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Thank you.
You can stay here. I just need to spend a bit of time with it, and I'll see what I can tell you. Thank you. Okay. Thank you. Moves off.
Gonant's kind of, for the last 5 minutes, he's just shrunk and shrunk and shrunk. Almost feeling safe enough to be vulnerable or fragile. He's kind of just absentmindedly stepped backwards until he's at the window where the bird is. And he would just bing, bing, tap the glass and
Just occasionally.
bird. It's almost like a Morse code with no language. It just taps back and forth. Just to know he's there. And he's utterly bewildered. Just way too much.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you. Cornelian busies himself for about 5 minutes, and he just goes around selecting different books, grabs a pile of like 3 or 4 small tomes, sort of stops for a moment, just taking in the space. Master Cornelian, would you... Please don't. Apologies. Master Cornelian says that I should not call him that, but I feel it is respectful for a student to call their teacher that. Master Cornelian, would you like any assistance? No, I'm okay, Zidat. You entertain our guests, okay? I certainly can do. Without another word, Cornelian goes off to the study, shuts the door. And then after 5 seconds, very slowly tries to open the door without anyone noticing, but the creak of the hinges alerts you all to that. And if you stand at a certain point, you can see Cornelian's back to the door as he sits at the desk and starts studying. You have a couple of hours here. What would you like to do, if anything? If not, we can skip the hours. But
I want to study
I know.
I think Lucky Jack's pulled out like a sort of notebook, like a battered old blank notebook, and is with Zidat's permission, making drawings, diagrams, just writing down a couple of little comments. He will ask questions every now and again, being probably more respectful than you guys have ever seen him be, in just complete reverence of this person, because they are people as far as he is concerned. And I think he'll just ask Zidat some questions about themselves.
Yeah, perfect. Before I tell you the sort of overview of what happens there, is there anything specific about Zidat that you ask?
I think going into the big questions first, like what's your power source? Where were you made? How do you function? How do you work?
Absolutely.
He's also quite curious to ask questions about Carnelian's nature, the nature of their relationship, but he won't go into that.
No, totally fine.
Yeah, I think that's
perfect. You, over the course of this time, you sort of start respectfully interviewing Zidat, and you gather that Zidat does not have a perfect knowledge of things. And that is very evident when Zidat shows you the cleft in his head. Within, you can see that there is a blue sphere of crystal that is rotating within his head. But there is a small scrape that has a small gouge out of the sphere. And so the sphere is imperfect. You can see that there are hundreds of runes that are inscribed onto this sphere, but they are too faint, too light, and it is moving too quickly for you to gain any knowledge from them. But you know that there are markings on it, and it sits floating within this very delicate series of metallic like curved instruments that sort of like house it almost, and that's all you see from this small gap in the head. But that tells you that Zidat's memory is imperfect. Zidat is unsure about what powers him, but they do say all Atreticians were born in the Labori function that was present here within Quatana Nadal, and sort of gives you a very brief history book lesson of the Labori function being this factory within which Atreticians were first made. Bear with me one moment. It was following the efforts of arcanist Evelyn Atreticus that made the progenitor of the Atreticians a very sophisticated automaton that was designed to help her create us. She died before her work was finished, and it is said that that automaton continued to seek the knowledge in so many different places until they came to a temple of knowledge, and they sat and they prayed for cycles. It was after such a long time that one of the gods decided to grant their wishes, and Atreticus was born. And you would know Atreticus to be the god of traditions.
Mhm.
They named themselves after their creator.
Wow. Yeah, no, I knew that. But it's just really wild to hear it from an honest to goodness tradition. Do you This might be a weird question, Zidat, but do you dream?
I have read about dreams in people like you. I believe I experienced similar sensations, yes.
Wow. Good. Good. That's good. The cleft in his head and the mark on his what is effectively his brain.
Yeah.
Right? Do I think I could fix that? I can fix it.
Make me an Arcana check with advantage.
Wow.
The advantages aren't helping for some reason. 13.
13.
No, 13.
I'll let you know now the DC was a 10. Oh, okay. This is so far beyond your knowledge of what knowledge you would need to do that.
Yeah.
There is potential that has suddenly bloomed out in front of you, but you need so much time and research to even know whether you could do that. This is a very intricate system.
Yeah. 2 more questions.
Absolutely.
The first one being his brain. That's what I'm going to call it. His brain crystal. His brain rock. Does that look anything like what powers the servitons usually? Like my little walker dude? No. Like way more advanced.
Way more refined, larger, in some parts different color, and there's not that inscribing on the servitons and that sort of thing.
It's like the difference between a battery and a brain, right?
Exactly. Yeah, there's power in both. How they work, function, and utilize that power, very different.
Yeah. And the last question
Absolutely.
I think I'm going to pose to Zidat directly.
Yeah.
And I'm going to try and make sure the others aren't listening.
Then I will pause here for a moment. Whilst this has been going on, has anyone else attempted to do anything? Are they listening in, getting the history lesson, or are they just taking in the space?
I think Cordelia, when Carnelian gets his books, she's like glancing at them out of interest to see what he has. And I think she goes, because she like wanted to see what he did. So I think she would go to follow him.
Yeah.
And then he shuts the door and she's like, why does this keep happening?
Did I do it wrong?
And I think she'll just accept the fact that she needs to let him work because she needs the answers. So she'd probably spend the rest of the time having a look on the bookshelves and seeing if there's anything like that would interest her.
Yeah. There's many things that would interest
Great.
you. There's lots of things that you can see, unsurprisingly, lots of things on languages.
Yes.
Modern languages, ancient languages, sort of the evolution of languages, all manner of things, glyphs, runes, locations of ancient glyphs and runes, and all that sort of stuff you don't even know where to start. There's loads of things that would interest you. And there are also things not on languages. You know, there are some just general history books, lots of non-fiction by the looks of things.
Yeah. So I think as she walks around the space, she would be very mindful of what he said, that there's some very special texts and stuff. So as she walked around, if she saw a book that she wanted to have a look at, she'd just take out her little crystal on the wood, and she traces a little rune, and as the rune forms, it flattens out into a exact copy of her hand, but in a gold spectral form.
Lovely.
And she'll cast Mage Hand, and she very carefully takes one of the books down, but then as she walks around, she sees another book that she wants to read, so she takes that as well and holds that, and then that happens quite a few times until she just finds a space on the floor and is just surrounded by this guy's books, all open on different pages, and she's
fabulous,
taking it all in.
Okay, phenomenal. I'll leave that there, but we can have a little convo about what you might get. But we'll pause there for a moment. Anything else from Sky and Gonyan before I return to Lucky Jack?
I will do something, but I'm happy for you to return to Lucky Jack first if you want. I don't.
That's fine, so long as it's not going to. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I think she would keep an ear out for the interesting facts that the attraction
absolutely.
is saying.
Give me a perception check at disadvantage, seeing as your thing is split.
She's focused more on the books, but if she hears something interesting, she's like, oh.
Yeah, for sure.
Then she's back. Perception.
Perception at disadvantage, just because your focus is split.
14.
14. You do catch pretty much half of this conversation. You know, you'll something will catch your attention, and you'll focus on that for a moment, grab that snippet of information, and then when the conversation moves on, you go back to the books and you sort of wave in and out. I'll say that on a 14, you probably do not catch what specifically is said in this moment. So Lucky, go. Yes. No, absolutely. I'm so sorry. That was an assumption, Sky.
Yes,
I'm sorry.
I will say I was planning on doing this before Dewi decided to say that he was going to do something secretive.
Go for it.
But, and just to double down a bit on that, just to give a bit of context, this interaction is potentially quite triggering for Sky.
Okay.
Because shiny new toy, what are your tricks? That's all I'm going to say as a little bit of context.
Absolutely. Thank you.
So I think it's kind of sleeking just behind. I think she's going to be in a bit of a, I guess, a contradiction to what she's been like, kind of making sure that this one isn't overstepping. Lovely. Because she's gaining the information that this person is potentially more conscious and has more human things to it than maybe you would think.
Love that. Make me either a perception check or an insight check. And I think because this is so prevalent for you, take advantage on this one.
Okay. I'm also going to add my take a hit marker.
Oh,
well.
yes. Amazing. Amazing. Absolutely. So that's a plus one to this
my
roll.
Perception. Perception. Is that word in? Yeah.
Perception or insight.
That's 19.
19. You pretty much get everything that Lucky Jack is saying to Zidat. And if I may, Lucky Jack, there is a careful and measured respect after Carnelian checked Lucky Jack on this that does not waver. And there is an excitement that comes through with Lucky Jack and a fervor and a franticness. But whenever you feel that rise of no, this isn't right, he checks himself and pulls back again. And so that line is towed. On that then, I will say, Lucky Jack, before you say anything to Zidat, can you please make me a deception check to give us a DC for how secretive you are to see if Sky gets this in the moment.
Okay. Deception.
That was cacked.
14.
14. So you will hear what is said here. Lucky Jack,
Yeah.
over to you.
After sort of a good couple of hours of to study. It is study. Respectful study. I think he's more just curious about the very nature of this person.
Mm-hmm.
And their opinion matters deeply to him. And with the mention of Atreticus as well, the god of Atreticians, he has a thought, and Zidat, this might be a real weird fucking question, but the person that were you built by a person?
All Atreticians were built in the labori function within Quatarna Dadal.
That's right. So, if you had been built by a singular person, say a mage or a scientist, would you consider that person a father?
You have an elemental nature to your being. I am correct.
Yeah, that's yeah.
The goddess Flux. They are considered to be the god of all those like you. Do you consider them to be your parent?
Well, no. I'm not particularly religious, and I knew, well, I sort of knew who my father was.
No. I do not consider them to be a father. Merely a creator. I may never understand what it is like to have parentage. But from what I have read, I understand that the relationship is different. And it clicks. That 6 you rolled before. Cornelian looks at Zidat the same way that you do, or did. Cornelian considers himself to be Zidat's father. It has to be.
Got you. You're very impressive, Zidat. You make sure you look after Cornelian, okay?
I will do everything I can to look after Master Cornelian. He has done so much for me.
Yeah. You're a good boy. And there's a little stream of steam.
I apologize if my answer was unsatisfactory.
No. It's not. It's not you. You're just you're endlessly fascinating to me, and I can't wait to. I can't wait to be your friend. If I may.
I would like that. I do not have the opportunity to make many friends.
Well, we're gonna be pals, buddy, you and I.
Pals.
That's right, pals. I gotta go smoke. I probably shouldn't do it in here in case I set something on fire.
You can head down to the floor below in the kitchen. That will be fine. Smoke is there all the time.
Yeah, that's right. Thank you. Thank you, Zidat.
You are welcome, Lucky Jack.
You can just call me Jack.
Jack.
And he stands up without fuss, begins rolling a cigarette and leaves.
There's another 15 to 20 minutes where, unless anybody corrects me, no one says much of anything. And it is only if you listen closely that you hear the of quill meeting parchment.
I think Gonant's been completely first circle locked in. Not thinking about anything. He's kind of been in this anxious sheen sweat. And then he does 2 wee taps on the window, stands up really abruptly and walks quite quickly into the study.
Okay.
He's not trying to be stealthy or anything.
No.
But door opens.
Sort of. Oh, I'm nearly done. You okay? Has something happened? Where's Zidat?
I had you all wrong, Mage. I had you all wrong. I'm not a good judge of character, see, so I tend to just assume the worst in everyone, but I saw you care for Zidat.
I do. He's going to make an insight check. Can you please make me a persuasion check?
Yeah. Don't worry. 7?
Jackie.
Natural 20.
Yes.
Wow,
I
okay.
still can't hear you.
Looks to the door. Sort of runs his hand over this very small splay of crystals that sort of tink, 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 tink against his skin. He's like a son to me. When I found him, he was so confused and alone. And I just saw him in that moment. He's not this tool or weapon to be used as ammunition against someone or for someone. He's not a thing. He's a person. He feels. he's alive. Just because it's not alive like we know, it doesn't mean he's not. I'm sorry. Yeah, I care for him.
I can see that. I've seen places of learning like this before. I've seen the people that reside in them. There's a line of thought that in order to understand something, you have to take it apart. I can see that you care for him.
I've always worked with very old things. If you take that apart, you can't put it back together. That's one way to learn things, but it's not the only way. I'll be out in just a moment. And then I can help you with whatever you need.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to.
No, don't apologize. Thank you.
I think right in the back of that nat 20, as you said, I'll be out in a second, there was a second of going to speak as well, and then the
In that moment, he catches that and doesn't chase it, but you feel him leave the space for you to say what you were going to.
a tiny shake of the head, and he turns and he walks back out.
Goes back to scribbling. About another 3 or 4 minutes tick by. Okay. Hello, hi. I think I'm done with what I can for now. And he looks around the room. I'm assuming that Lucky Jack is still on the floor below.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lucky Jack, it's just Jack. Thank you, Zidat. Jack?
Yeah, I'm coming. Hang on.
Okay. Sort of positions himself whilst you all gather around.
Cordelia closes each book one by one from the pile that's around her.
Make me an insight check. I'll say you don't notice this, but make me an insight
Very
check.
carefully.
No.
With very
100%.
much respect.
Absolutely. That is not within doubt, my dear.
It's a 4.
4.
Yeah.
Never
Mage
mind.
hand helping out.
She so has reading gloves.
100%.
Okay. Let's start with this. Has the bracelet. It's probably easier, but also stranger and more frustrating. Just like you.
Lucky Jack chuckles.
This is modern arcanic script. These are enchantment runes, and they're draconic in nature. I believe that they are runes of the Conjuration School of Magic. More specifically, they're associated with translocating entities to a point determined by the activator of this device. basically the bracelet enables someone to teleport themselves and someone else, should they wish it. The runes have a parallel interaction function, which means that should this same enchantment be present and active, then it will be harder to resist the effects. What's really peculiar is that the item cannot simply be reused. It must be actively re-energized at a specific place predetermined before the item was enchanted. See, most enchantments allow for the arcanic energy to return once expunged after a certain period of time. However, there is a specific set of glyphs here that actively inhibits the reabsorption of that innate arcanic. And instead, that energy must come from a specific place.
Great, so we just find a place and charge up your bracelet and away you go.
Yes, but surely that would just take me back to Cascaden, no? That's where I...
Is the bracelet... Do you know where that particular bracelet is attuned to go to? Is that what you're saying?
No, my apologies. So, when one were to activate that bracelet, they determine the place that they are going to. They choose where they will travel. However, there is a specific place where this bracelet must be re-energized.
Right.
They can be the same place or they can be different.
Okay.
So if you didn't think of a place when you put it on, it would just take you to where the bracelet needs to be re-energized?
Theoretically, it's possible. When one teleports themselves, they have to be specific. There's a lot of different locations. You could teleport yourself to that spot, or that spot 1 inch to the left, or 1 inch again. There are thousands upon thousands upon thousands of possibilities. You have to be very specific. When you activate this bracelet, if you do not know where you are going, you could wind up in the place that it needs to be re-energized. I guess it's possible. That would be a very very big coincidence.
Well, I think that's what happened.
Wait, what do you mean?
Well, when I put on the bracelet, I wasn't thinking of anywhere. And then I ended up in Cascaden.
So you're saying that the place that this thing needs to be recharged to take you home is the very fucking place we just came from.
Apparently so.
God damn it.
I'm so sorry. Where did you find this?
I was in the Outlands.
You were in the Outlands?
Yes.
To the north or south of Cortana Nadal?
North.
But that doesn't make any sense. There's nothing that's ever been recorded out there that's like this. You found it in the Outlands, and you put it on. You didn't know what this was?
I know, it's fucking stupid, right?
Cascaden could be the place that you need to go to. Cascaden could be the place that this bracelet needs to be recharged, but that's not a guarantee. If you put this thing on and you had no idea where you were meant to be going, this thing could have flung you out anywhere. It's a miracle you didn't land in the middle of an ocean or up in the sky. And potentially, that has something to do with where it needs to be recharged, but I don't think that's a certainty. I think you just got lucky.
Yeah.
Pardon.
Is there any indication of what its origin is? Where it's...
I'm sorry, there's not. Items such as these usually have maker's marks. You know, a lot of enchanted items come from the core star or gilded hand, prosthetics and automata. This doesn't have any indication of where it came from.
And why it would be where it was?
I have no idea why it was there. But it seems to me that whoever made this didn't want it used by anyone who stumbled upon it. They wanted it to be used by people who knew how.
And those people are terrorists.
Terrorists? Are you saying that the Unveiled Eye has one of these?
More than one.
We're pretty sure they all got one.
There's more of these. How have you seen them?
So the people that attacked us, it was them.
Okay. And what did they do?
Well, they traced a pattern, which I've tried on it, and they teleported.
There's only one difference. They had two. Two people were wearing one bracelet. No, two people had their own bracelet.
They took people with them.
They took people with them, or they tried. Do these come as a pair?
If you wanted to try and take a person, this would be able to do that. And that's clearly what the parallel interaction function is there for. If you have multiple people activating these, it will be harder to resist, and thus you could more easily take people against their will.
So you're saying it's a kidnapping bracelet?
Sort of holds it way more gingerly. Whoever has these, they're not up to anything good.
I think I need to sit down. I shall go and sit on the chair.
Yeah, okay. Well, it's good insight, right? I wonder, these people that attacked us, they each had one. Do they have to work as a pair, or?
No, you can work these individually. It's just that if you activate the item at the same time, the
Easier to
effect
take
becomes
someone with
stronger.
you. Yeah. Okay.
And it's specifically to a place that you think of.
Whenever I cast teleportation, I either need a sequence of very specific runes that will draw me to a magic circle, or I need to think of a place. And the more specific you can be with the place, the less likely that spell will go awry.
I just found this bracelet on the ground.
Where were you headed?
When I was basically where I was supposed to be.
Where is that? Somewhere where a terrorist group might want to go?
No.
There's no terrorist groups out in the Outlands, not that I know of.
There's nothing out in there.
No, absolutely. There's no civilization as far as we know. It's just all ruins and ancient cities that have crumbled into dust.
I just don't understand why the bracelet would be there if that's what it's used for.
What if one of the Unveiled Eye got lost?
Or they were looking for the same thing you were?
What were you looking for?
I was looking for someone, but I know that the place is very important. But I don't really know much about why.
I'm really sorry.
So this person you were looking for, they went to this place because it was important to them? You sure
Yes.
this bracelet doesn't belong to them?
No, it doesn't belong to them. It was a long time ago as well.
I see.
What do you mean it was a long time ago?
It was maybe 10 cycles ago, 11 cycles ago, that they went missing. A whole group of them.
You've been looking the whole time?
No, I was young when it happened, so.
Wait a minute. These people went missing around where you were. What if the people using these bracelets had something to do with that, and that's why the bracelet was there?
That's what I'm worried about. But I don't understand. Nobody's out there. Nobody apart from us, usually.
Forgive me, Mage, I'm not familiar with the Unveiled Eye. How long have they been active?
I don't think we know. Certainly we've been hearing more reports of their attacks and these supposed kidnappings in the last couple of cycles, but that doesn't mean that they weren't hiding in the shadows before that.
And they want people with magic. That's what.
Power.
How do you know?
That's who they've focused on in our group.
That's why they attacked us.
Okay.
Yeah, the one with the goblin was like the leader.
Okay.
She had like interesting looking face.
Yeah, that's right. A goblin, a minotaur, an aarakocra, and a turtle. So, you see them walking down the street, you turn and run the other way.
Thank you for the warning.
So, at least we know what it does. You think if we manage to charge that thing up, it'll take her back?
It could take you anywhere.
Literally anywhere?
It could take you, so long as you're specific, it could take you anywhere. It is, I believe, something that teleports you. The problem is finding the place that it needs to be recharged. That's what I don't know. I mean, there's a lot I don't know, but that's what I can tell you.
Okay.
Where you go when you activate it is up to you. Where you need to return to use it again, that's up to whoever made it.
Shit.
How many people are you looking for?
There were 4 of them.
Who were they? What did they look like? Maybe they came to the tavern.
This was a long time ago.
Try me.
One would have been, she was a half-orc, quite tall, strong. There was a human man with brown hair, brown eyes. They would have been with a smaller ginger man. And then a woman that probably looks a little bit like me.
Does it sound familiar at all? No. I don't think they came for a drink, I'm sorry.
And you said they were headed somewhere important. Where you were headed?
Yes, it was to some ruins that were there. I don't think anyone had been there before. It was quite important.
Okay.
Do you know what those ruins were?
Not really.
I wouldn't know anything about ruins. No.
I mean, they sent out people to look for them and they never found anything. Obviously missed the bracelet, or the bracelet might not have been there. I don't know.
Was it like a magical ruin?
I don't really know. They're not usually very magical. It's usually just a lot of rock.
Hey, I'm sorry. For what it's worth,
It's fine. That's why I'm here, is to find answers. And
I just feel like we got more questions now.
yes, but I didn't see a corpse, so that's all that matters.
That is sometimes good news.
If it was so long ago, the corpse could have decayed or been taken away by predators. You may need to look in alternate places.
Thank you.
I love this guy.
Thank you, Zidat. You are correct. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
Well, we better get out of your hair.
Oh, what about the other rune?
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah. The other one. Okay. So. And that's where we're going to end tonight's episode.
Oh, you little bastard! I'm gonna come over there and slap the
I
purple
know.
out of
I'm
your hair.
so sorry.
Oh.
I'm so sorry.
Very good. Very good.
Oh man, I fucking love this guy.
Thank you. Thank you very
Shank.
much.
Yeah, I
to
know.
What a very inquisitive group in all sorts of different ways. Fantastic work. Thank you to the emotion from Gonant and Lucky Jack. thank you to the Inquisition from Sky and Cordelia. As per usual, thank you to you at home for watching. Please join us again next week, where the players keep learning what on earth these runes mean and where they are from. Until then, adventurers, keep on keeping on. Peace and love.